Okay, welcome to the second session. Check the speaker view. Pause, pause. Check the gallery view. Pause, pause. Okay, don't tell them that I didn't start it immediately. Okay, so what we just did, for those of you who are joining us at home, is we are taking the pictures of the people when we have them in gallery view or in the big speaker view and putting them underneath the camera so that when we are speaking, even if we're looking a little bit down, it's still focused on the camera rather than focused on a second screen. All right, that's a cool thing to look at. Now, another thing I want everyone to do is to look at yourselves, and for about 5 minutes, I'm going to break you up into breakout rooms. Now, is there anybody in here? Raise your hand if you want to know about breakout rooms. Okay, several of you want to know about breakout rooms. Perfect. Breakout rooms are where you've got a big group of people and then you want people to be able to discuss things on their own. So there is a button when you are the host or when it's your account at the bottom that says breakout rooms. And when you click on that button that says breakout rooms, you get all kinds of options. You can assign people. So in y'all's case, so let's say that you're doing a committee, right? You're on a committee with people and everybody's got to go discuss all the different things. So you can assign people to different breakout rooms, or you could do it randomly, which is what I'm about to do. Couple of things, so y'all can't see the breakout button because I'm the host. And I'm the one who has all the power. And so even when you make someone a co-host, they can't see the breakout rooms sometimes. So you don't have the same kind of power. You have to be the host to see the breakout rooms button. If you have your own account, how many of you have your own account? Your own Zoom account. All right, quite a few of you. How many of you are paying for Zoom, the professional version? Just a couple of you. So it's pretty good. The non-professional version that's free is a pretty good deal. You get 45 minutes for free and it's very casual. But when you pay the $99 a year, I think it's still that much. They may go up a little bit or down a little bit, but when you pay that extra money, you do get some extra features like more encryption, the ability to do closed transcription, that kind of thing. So right now, I'm going to press the breakout button and y'all are all, you can unmute yourself. And then I want you to look at other people in the group and look at their background and give them honest feedback. Don't just say, oh, you look great, and not really mean it. Give them honest feedback because y'all are here to do this. Okay, so we're going to take about 5 minutes. I'm going to pop in and out. So what happens is I'm going to say breakout rooms. We've got 36 people in here. So I'm going to go 4 people per room, 3 or 4 people per room. And if you don't go into a room, everybody else will be sad. So you're going to get a notice that says go into the breakout room, and some of you are going to be like, I'm not going to go in the breakout room, and then you need to, because that's why you're here. All right, I'm going to assign 35 participants into let's see, looks like 8 rooms, 9 rooms or so. Automatically go.
Danny, where was your physical location?
All right. Looks like a few people, it's going to automatically close in just a second, so they'll be kicked out. Looks like one group was just chatting away. All right, I think we're all coming back.
This is Nanny. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When there's multiple people like this, does it usually? Well, now I'm just in the background kind of, but sometimes when I'm on Zoom, whoever's talking, it focuses in on that person. How is it doing that, or how do you?
So top right on your screen, it says speaker view.
Okay.
Click that, and then there's gallery view.
Okay.
So gallery view is Brady Bunch. And speaker view will just make a big head out of the person who's making the most noise.
And so Zoom will automatically toggle to the next person talking.
Yeah, whoever it's catching in its camera. But if you do gallery view, that's what I'm doing. You can see everybody, and everybody's kind of the same way. Now I could pin people. So when I spotlight a video or I pin a video, like your big head from everybody is here. And it will stay there. So if I had you in the hot seat and I was doing a conversation with you or something, then we could have a conversation like this, and you would stay there and I would stay small, rather than us going back and forth, which is kind of annoying.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Oh my God.
So only the host can pin, probably. Host and co-hosts, I think, can pin. How do you do the breakout rooms? Someone asked. When you are the host, the breakout rooms will show up as an option at the bottom of your screen, and then you will be able to do it from there. All right, a couple other things I wanted to show you from here. Let's see if there are other questions. Let's see, a couple of other things I want to show you from here. Sharing your screen. Everybody in here has the ability to share a screen. You see that? Everybody in here has the green share screen highlighted, right? Now I want everybody to click that and look at all the options. Don't share your screen yet. All we're doing is clicking. Look at all the options. You can share a whiteboard so y'all can write together. You can share a desktop, blah, blah, blah. But you can also share an individual screen, like an individual window, rather than like a whole screen. Because with my PowerPoint, I actually make it a window, so it's not, I don't have to share the whole screen to get it. But look what else you can do. iPhone, iPad, and iPhone, iPad via cable. It does not work on Android. Don't get mad at me, people. My Android people, I love you anyway. But it doesn't work for Android, but it does work for iPhone. So you can actually share your iPhone and your iPad. I always do it via cable because, again, with the AirPlay and the Bluetooth and any kind of wireless connection, you risk other things going wrong. So I always use the cable, and you can plug your phone into there. Now, if you go into the advanced section, oh, somebody couldn't resist. It's fine. If you're going into the advanced section of sharing your screen, you can see you can share content from a second camera. So remember, I have multiple cameras set up with mine. Music or computer sound only, or a portion of the screen. You see those? And then down at the bottom, that's where you have share computer sound. It's really critical if you're showing them a movie, because you need the sound. And it won't work when you're playing it. It won't pick it up through your regular mic. It'll just mess everything up. So everybody go ahead and share something you want to share if you haven't ever shared before. It sounds like an AA meeting, doesn't it? Sorry about that. Share something. And I can view up here. Other people can share at the same time. So I can click on, I think y'all can see view options. Can y'all see view options up at the top next to your viewing the screens? Is there something that says view options? All right, so look at your options there. You can see other people's screens. You can probably see side by side, so you can see the people and the screen. You can make it fit to window. You can do all kinds of things. You can annotate. Woo, that's ugly. I don't know why I annotated that, but I did it, which is something you want to disable if you're doing a public event, because sometimes some stupid people who are mean have annotated horrible things on other people's screens. I know, people are mean. So I can switch to different people's screens and you can share it that way. All right. I can also request remote control in this thing. My mom called me a hacker once. I am not a hacker, but I requested control of her computer so I could get a picture off of there because she couldn't find it, and she freaked out. Yeah. She passed away, but she's probably still bitter. All right. What other questions do you have? Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up the chat, and y'all can keep sharing if you want to, but I'm going to pull up the chat and see what kind of questions come up here. Let's see. How can I share a photo? So you're not going to be able to share a photo except to give a link to the photo that they can see online, or you just pull it up. You don't really share files in Zoom. How to start a Zoom meeting. So first thing you need to have is a Zoom account. You can get a free one, but once you get a Zoom account, you can very quickly press on start a meeting, and you can do it from your phone as well. One of the things, and Nanny was asking me about this, she said, how come my picture's not on here? Well, the challenge is that sometimes you go into a Zoom with your own account, and sometimes you just go into a Zoom. You don't have to have an account to do a Zoom. So if you don't have an account and you're doing a Zoom, you have almost no power. You can't do anything. But once you have an account, which can be free, you can go in and start and do them there. All right, let's see. What other questions? Share a presentation on your desktop. So that's where you do the sharing. You pull up that sharing screen, Nanny, and you can practice on here. And you can share one of your whole screens. One of the things to remember is that Zoom doesn't share Zoom, right? So when it looks like Zoom is taking over your screen and you're like, how can I share this presentation? Zoom will actually not share its own windows. So even if your presentation is behind Zoom, you're going to have to move things out of the way. They're not seeing the Zoom stuff. They're just seeing the presentation. How to upload a specialized background. Okay, perfect. We were going to do that too. So let me come here and I'm going to turn off screen sharing for now. Let's see. Exit full screen and stop screen sharing. All right. Advanced sharing, I can, let's see. All right. Let's practice real quick about the background. In your screen where you have it right now, down at the bottom, it says mute and stop video. Do you see those buttons? Mute and stop video down in the left-hand corner. When you click on the up arrow on stop video, it says choose virtual background. So everybody practice. They've got some built in there, and then you can upload your own picture. So choose Zoom background. You can also nowadays do a video where it's a video playing in the background. Like I have this one. But you see how bad it is because I don't have my green screen up. You're going out back and forth. But everybody change your background. those of you who don't have a background in your house that you like, you can put like you have a clean house. You can put somebody else's background in there. They've got, if you search on Zoom backgrounds, there are tons of them now. You can put, now Corby, okay, let's talk about Corby. You see how Corby has disappeared? This is awkward for Corby. This is having to do with the graphic situation of your computer. And can y'all see Corby? Let me, Corby, put it back on for a second. All right, poor Corby. So what has happened here is that his computer doesn't have the power to do it, the graphic power. It happens all the time. So Corby, you cannot use those until you get a new computer. And Mike, I don't know what's happening with you. Let's see. This is not good, Mike. I'm just saying. Now you're half naked in a fish.
In front of a turtle. I don't have a green screen. That's why if I had a, it says I have to have a green screen with this camera.
Oh,
So
that could be. Yeah.
I don't have a green screen, so I'm going with the weird.
So Karen, oh no. So you've got the same computer problem with your graphics. And see, these things creep us all out. Not you, Karen, but the things. All right. Other questions? I'm y'all's. This is a bonus session just for you and for everybody else who's going to watch later. You know. Let's see. Corrine says, I don't see the option to do this. So it's down in stop video and there's a little caret. You click that caret and it says virtual backgrounds in there. How are you playing the video? You just upload it. It's kind of crazy. And it plays itself. They just did that a few months ago. And here is another thing to remember about Zoom. They are changing it every week. Because they've been under such scrutiny, they have so many people downloading it. They have been upgrading it every week. So some of the things that I could tell you right now that here's how you do it could change next week. A few months ago or a few weeks ago, they wouldn't let you use the third-party video tool like Minicam. Remember, it didn't work very well. They wouldn't let you use that. And now all of a sudden they let you use that again. So you can change it around. Let's see. Upload video from Zoom. If so, where? So it's that same in the video, choose virtual background. It's that same plus sign. And then you just choose a video instead of, there's a tiny little plus sign on the other side of choose virtual video. And you just click on that. Oh yeah, order the book. Sorry. This is now my presentation and a bonus and for free, so I can tell you. Someone says I got to go order the book. I will put that in there again. Other questions? I'm here for y'all.
Thank you.
Did we cover some of the things you needed covering? Is there anything else you wanted me to cover from here? We did breakout rooms. We did backgrounds. We did views. Here's another thing I want you to do, and we talked about it in the last one, but click on your own head. Click on the three dots on your own head and do hide self view. So that way your picture is not showing there.
Ooh.
Right? That is a nice little feature. And
That's
then
risky.
you can also, now I think they changed where it was. Where is it that you can hide? Oh, wait. Scroll over one of the people who is just a black box. Sorry, Cindy. I know your phone's broken. And you can do hide no video, non-video participants. That is very helpful because sometimes you want to focus on the people who are here and you don't want to see the black boxes. I mean, they can still participate. They're still there, but you're not seeing that black box in the gallery. So the people who have their cameras on are bigger.
And then if you have a presentation, you can pin like 2 or 3 or 4 speakers and let those be the only viewees.
Yes, yeah. So you can pin speakers while you're doing presentation. Boy, the other day, it was crazy. I helped out with a charity event and I was Oz #2, like the great and powerful Oz behind the scenes. We had multiple speakers in multiple places, and the other Oz and I had to go in and like pin this speaker when this person was speaking, pin that speaker. And I was responsible for the guy. It was a charity event, and they had this mixologist, and he had 2 cameras on him. So I had to pin both of his cameras so you could see the cocktail cam and him.
So
Hey, since I gave you a bonus session, by the way, on the evals, y'all will say that this is fantastic, and you won't write about the guy who was at the door or the screaming cat, right?
no, but
Okay, I get a pass for that.
How do you put a photo up instead of having your name appear on a blank screen?
Okay, so the photo is going to be a part of your profile, and that's what I was talking about. It like Nanny had just clicked in and didn't log in to Zoom, so her picture wasn't being shown. So when you set up your profile in Zoom, it's going to ask you for your picture, and you should always log in using, like, I'm going to stop my video, and then oh, I can't see myself because I said don't see myself. You see my picture. This was a very good picture that was taken of me, and I would rather be that than what you're seeing in real life. But that's where you're going to do it in your account and set it up your picture there.
How can I switch it while I'm actually, like right now when I'm talking, can I switch it to the picture that's in my account?
Stop your, I don't think so. Unless you've gone and updated your Zoom account. Stop your video and see what happens, Chris.
Stop my video. Okay.
Oh, you just disappeared. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, you said stop my video.
Yeah. So you're going to have to probably log out and log back in. You know, set up your account, log out and log back in.
Now I have a photo in my account. So is it because I clicked just join webinar versus going into Zoom to join webinar?
Good question. I'm not really sure. You might play around with that. Mine's usually, did my head show up? Mine usually shows up. A lot of people, Ramona's is showing up. But Brett, who is in his car and shouldn't be worried about his picture, his didn't show up. So you might just play around with it and see where it comes in. So Nicole, her picture is on there. Nice picture, Nicole. Good job. And Ramona. Other questions? Now's the time. How do you get the evaluation form? I don't know. Ask Crystal. Crystal, can we just say that they gave me all 5s? Can we just do that?
That's actually Cindy and anybody, whatever feedback you can email to us, that would be great. We don't have a formal evaluation form, but just go ahead and shoot us an email, and that's good feedback for us.
here's something else. What about loading files and links on the chat? Because I think you can upload a file into the chat that people can access, such as your evaluation form.
You are right. Oh, you mean for an evaluation? We're just
And any kind of form, any kind of document, I think you can upload onto the chat to be downloaded, or a URL like you did previously. You can upload files for evaluations.
Like, let's see. I'm just going to do this. And then you have to download it, I think. Right? So it's not really, it's sharing a picture, but then you have to open it. What about Mentimeter did you want to know? That is a separate site. I could do a poll in here, but let me show you the polls in here. You might have seen them before. I have to add a question and it's on the side. Hold on just a second. Add a question. Let's see. Here. Okay, hold on. All right, so I added one thing. If you don't do it in advance, it's kind of awkward like this. And then I save it. So, and then I can come over here and launch it. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. These posts ugly in comparison.
In comparison to Mentimeter, where we had all the dots. So these take a number of seconds, but usually you want to set those up if you're doing a meeting or something. You can set them up early so then you can launch them. All right, so I'm going to end poll, and then I'm going to show the results. Ta-da! I think the Mentimeter is just prettier.
Yeah.
But this is all in the same screen, so that's helpful. All right.
How'd you do that?
So when you are the host or the co-host, I think just the host, they change these things. I'm not kidding you. But there's a button at the bottom that says polling, and this in your own account, you will see it. When you're doing your own meetings, it'll say polling, and then, well, who asked, how do you do that? Was that Mike? All right, so I'm going to make you co-host, and you see if you can see polling at the bottom, the polling button. Okay, so you could have launched a poll. So with a co-host, you can launch a poll. Mike, I can't handle it. I'm going to take away your power.
Yeah, no, but I see it.
Okay. I can't take away your power. What's happening? I could just kick you out.
Ha!
Oh, what's happening?
I have the
I have to
power.
look at it. One of the other things is when you're navigating things on here, pulling up the participants list versus being on people's heads helps out so much with draw co-host permission. I didn't have that with the 3 dots with your little face. I could only do it, withdraw it in the regular participants. So I frequently have the participants list up there because that gives you more and quicker options. All right, so y'all know I'm your nerdy best friend. If you have, Susan, love the dog. That's awesome. If you have other questions, let me know. Has this been helpful? Yeah, you got to nod because I can see you. It's awkward if you don't. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Oh, how do you change your name? Somebody asked. So you can click on your 3 dots and rename. Click on your 3 dots on your head and rename. Now, you can also stop people from renaming themselves because sometimes the bad people will come in under a different name and then change their name and be horrible. And I've been Zoom bombed where I've been speaking and somebody comes in and says horrible racist things and insults everybody. And it's like, what is happening? So those are some of the things you can do. You can make sure they can't annotate. You can add a waiting room. You can make sure they can't rename themselves or share their own screens because sometimes people have shared their screens and they're naked. Not you, Mike. I'm sure it's other people. And yeah.
Yeah, and Beth, they actually up their security now. So Zoom said that on the, I think it's the 19th, they're going to require that all Zoom meetings be placed in a waiting room and you let them in, or they have to type in a passcode.
Mm-hmm.
So all users have to do that.
Yeah, and if y'all noticed, I disabled the waiting room and didn't have a passcode for this one because I just did it really quickly. But these are things that you can just keep in mind. It's gotten a lot better. It used to be that the bad people had a site where they just crawled and found all these public ones and just kept being horrible people. These are stupid people who are doing this for no other reason but to being stupid and mean. So it's hard to understand their logic and figure out how to stop them because you don't even know why they started because that's stupid spending your time that way, but they were doing it. But Zoom has increased, and the reason Zoom was attacked is because they became so popular, right? And nobody knew they had to have these securities because it used to not be that popular and nobody really worried about it. All right. Think I got it all. Crystal, do you think I got it all?
I think you got it all. Thank you so much for the additional session. We really appreciate that.
Oh, well, I was happy to give more one-on-one instruction to a smaller group so that y'all could get more information. And Chris, I see you zooming in on yourself. Let me ask you about that. Chris, Haigh.
Yes.
How are you? What are you using a third-party camera? You're not looking at us, but I know you're there.
No, yes. I was actually just I clicked on the video and I was where you started off with the touch up my appearance. There's also a
Oh, yeah.
widescreen and original ratio. I was playing around in there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's always helpful. Yeah, so that in your video settings, I'll do it too. Because there are third party that will let you zoom, but the closest you're going to get to zoom here is just the widescreen and enable HD. Urgh, that's bad. Yeah, right through there in under your video settings. All right, folks, that's all I got.
Thank
If
you,
need more,
Beth.
write to me.
Thank you, Beth. How do you say your last name, Beth?
Z.
Oh, that was
Diseaseness. But
thank you.
Z is fine.
Thank you.
Thank
Mahalo.
you. Really enjoyed
Thanks,
your
folks.
presentation. Mahalo.
Bye. Mahalo.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.